if I can get Miss Rivera off mute, she is. And then as well, let's have Miss Gaskin. Where are you, ma'am? Miss Sir, I apologize. We're going to get you guys off mute. I am going to get you under oath, and then I'm going to tell you guys specifically what the allegation is, the date that it was allegedly to have occurred. I say that because I want you guys to understand the essentially the date and parameters of what we're talking about here, all right? Other crimes may be alleged during the testimony, but specifically the one that people have been put, that the defendant, the respondent has been put on notice for, is the one that we primarily want to be discussing this evening, all right? So with that, Mr. Gaskin, Ms. Rivera, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, under penalty and perjury of the law?
Yes.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
So you can put your hand down, Mr. Gaskin. All right. So we're here today regarding a particular alleged crime that occurred on July 5th, 2023. It is allegation of simple battery harm. And so I don't want to get too much into the facts, but we are here regarding an incident date of July 5th, 2023 for an alleged crime of simple battery harm. With that, Mr. Gaskin, you being the applicant, I'm going to give you an opportunity today. The time is 6:40. I'm going to give you to about 6:43, 6:44 to give me background regarding what happened in this matter, all right?
I will certainly do so. Would you like me to proceed right now?
You can proceed right now.
Okay. So on July 5th, 2023, around 3:30 p.m. is when the incident occurred. The conflict began in the car during a heated conversation where me and my beloved girlfriend at the time, Mariah, were verbally expressing our dislikes and providing respectful criticism to each other. In the car, Mariah unexpectedly loses her temper and brutally squeezes my right arm, threatening to kill me, digging her nails into my skin, causing scars and swelling to my skin. At this time, I decide to discontinue delivering packages with her. She then calls her parents to come pick her up, as well as her coworker to transfer the packages from my van to her coworker's van. As we are waiting for her coworker to arrive, she is continuing to raise her temper, saying things like, "I will kill you. I should put a bullet in your head. I hate you," etc. I am not responding to these irrelevant slurs. I'm completely finished verbally communicating with her. I ignore her remarks, and I decide to sit in silence and wait for her coworker to arrive. Upon his arrival, I genuinely cooperate with Mariah, transferring the packages from my van into a designated area for her coworker to pick up. Afterwards, I get into my van, driver's seat, and I start the car so I can leave. Unfortunately, Mariah continued to relieve her frustration by grabbing a bottle of an unknown liquid and squirting it into my eyes intentionally. Although my eyes are burning, I keep my composure and I did not inflict any harm back towards Mariah at all, as seen on video camera footage, if you have the footage. So the investigator told me that you would have. But gratefully, I can still see my eyes are blurry. I get out of the vehicle. As I get out of the vehicle, a GSP, Georgia State Patrol officer, pulls up to the scene and addresses the situation because he sees that there is a conflict between us. As he addresses the situation, he demands for me to leave and go home. He's seen no harm done by me. He sees her acting out of character, but he tries to resolve the situation by demanding me to go home. I get back into the driver's seat as the officer informed me to do so. Mariah forces her way back into the back of the van and is pulling my hair from the back seat, to be exact. I get out of the van to escape the situation. She comes out of the side door and spits into my eyes and face. The officer addresses Mariah for spitting into my face. And then he again demands me to leave and go home. I eventually get back into the driver's seat a third time start the car, and leave as the officer informed me to do so. Sorry for the lengthy explanation, but I tried to give you as detailed as possible.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, Mr. Gaskin. Ms. Rivera?
Yes.
All right. Again, this is your opening statement
Right.
regarding allegations of the simple battery that occurred on July 5th, 2024.
Yeah. So it did start off a heated disagreement. He got upset at me because I told him that he was lying and he felt like I cut him off in the middle of our disagreement. He started to call me all type of disgusting words. He then pulled over and said that he's not delivering any of my packages, that he also wants me to get out the car. From there, I was waiting on my coworker to come get the packages and everything. It was a disagreement. We were going back and forth. He decided to try to steal 3 of my packages. And so I was trying to get my packages from him. And he pulls my hair, slams me, elbows me in my face, which I sent the bruises all over my body. I sent it to y'all. He also broke my phone, spit in my face. Everything was caught on the Quick Trip video, like the surveillance. And there is an open investigation going on right now because I did file a police report. And I sent over the police report to you as well. The reason why I got physical is because he tried to steal my packages. When the state patrol pulled up, I was trying to wave him down to help me. He then said to me, "Oh, you're on him." And it was true. I was trying to stop him from leaving because he had my packages in my car. And that would have been a charge back to me. So I sent a picture of my phone being broken because he slammed my phone on the floor. My mom came, and by the time she came, he was gone. So me putting anything in his eyes or squirting anything in his eyes, it never happened. It never happened. It never happened. The only reason why we got to a point of us being physical is because he tried to steal my packages, and everything is caught on that video at Quick Trip. And there is an open investigation on it.
Okay. And I just want to confirm, I know you said, Ms. Rivera, that you emailed the court some evidence.
Yes.
I do not see that email.
I emailed it.
When did you email it?
Like when you said it, I emailed it. I didn't know. So
Okay. All right. Clerk, if we can look for that. While the clerk looks for that.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
I sent over pictures, my face was swollen from him elbowing me in my face.
Well,
I have bruises on my arm, my entire body.
I got it. Hold tight. We haven't gotten there yet. We will get there. That was just an opening. If you have that testimony and we will go ahead and look at it. All right. So, Mr. Gaskin, what I would like to do then is go ahead and proceed with you and go ahead and see with any evidence or testimony that you would like to have. I see that you do not have any. Do you have a witness with you?
No, sir. I do not have a witness. The only witness was the GSP officer that assessed the situation. I
got it. And so I did see that you emailed evidence here. I see photographs that you produced, as well as the police report and as well as a report from a medical doctor. Which would you like the court to review first as far as introduced is concerned?
It's completely up to you. We can go with the documents.
All right, well, hold tight. This is what we'll do. Got the pictures. Let's look at your photographs because I think that's the part that we're most. All right, so I'm not sure if you can see my screen here. Do you see my screen?
It's currently loading. Oh, yes, I do see.
Okay, and what is this a picture of, sir?
This is a picture of chemical burn that initiated from that incident, and I still have these chemical burns on both my eyes. They're permanent.
And what part is the chemical burn? Can you at least describe it for the court so I know exactly where I'm looking? It's not.
These are on the corners between my eyes.
Are you referring, I don't know if you can see my mouse. Are you referring where my cursor is pointing?
No, to the right of where your cursor is pointing. A little bit to the right there. Yes.
This brown spot?
Yes.
Okay. So you're saying that was caused by something being sprayed in your eye?
Yes.
Okay.
After the incident, my eyes were burning as if I had allergies.
Okay. All right. Hold tight. And then I've got this picture here as well. And what is this, sir?
These are her nail marks.
Okay. All right. And then we have, bear with me. All right. And what is this?
This is the after view of the medical documents when I got checked out to see probable cause and things of that nature.
Okay. I see. So the following issues were addressed. They have right cornea abrasion, chemical injury, abrasion of multiple sites for upper lung. And this is from 7/6. I will just want to, does it have any description about how you got these particular injuries on these records?
I informed them via detail. They wrote it down, but they did not give it to me back in a receipt form.
I see. Okay. All right. And then finally, of the evidence that you supplied, bear with me here. Oh, no. So this is the police report that was provided. And on the police report, you indicate that, according to the report, rather, trying to gather the actual description. There we go. And so, Mr. Gaskin, here the report indicates that you said that Mr. Rivera squirted something in your eye on a liquid, advising he went to Piedmont Hospital and told him that he had multiple burns on his face. Now, obviously, this was taken on 7/7, so you didn't just want to confirm you didn't call the police until several days later.
No, I called the police the day after. However, they were closed. I went to the hospital. That was my main priority. Okay. And then they said I went to the police station in Smyrna, but they informed me that I needed to go to where the incident was. So I went there to do that. And I filed a police report. The guy wrote down in the description, he got a few things wrong. He said the 4th when it happened on the 5th. But and summarize, that is the gist of what happened.
Okay. Can you tell me why he said he did not observe any injuries?
I am not sure as to why he didn't. I showed him exactly the marks that were on my eye, though. The marks are visible. You can see them. Okay.
All right. I am now. Do you have any other evidence that you'd like to introduce to the court?
I did send additional evidence, but I would not like it to be displayed. You can see the via text messages, the slurs that she sends me after the incident.
I didn't see any text messages.
I just sent it 15 minutes ago, so it's probably coming in late.
Come on, folks. This is what I said at the start of the thing. That means I might have to wait here. Let me see this because I'm not so sure. we'll have to see what that evidence says. So but for those text messages, is there anything else that you'd want to introduce regarding the allegation of simple battery by Ms. Rivera?
No, sir. The closing statement, investigator informed me that you would have a video camera footage, but they couldn't release it to me. So.
I do not have it. Generally, what the officers provide to us in most is the police report. If there were any dash cam or body cam footage, they generally would have to be ordered, maybe like open records request or something of that nature with the police department. But we generally do not do that unilaterally for any applicants or respondents, okay?
Definitely.
We do have the report. So this is our next step then. Ms. Rivera, you have heard Mr. Gaskin's testimony. We have both looked at the evidence that has been supplied, but for the text messages, and we'll see if those are through. I am now going to give you an opportunity to cross-examine Mr. Gaskin. You understand? Mr. Gaskin is going to subsequently, if you so choose, to cross-examine you as well. Let me give you the parameters. You can ask him questions. You can ask him direct or leading questions that say, isn't it true that you did such and such, correct? Right? But you are not to berate Mr. Gaskin. You are not to ask him compound questions so he doesn't know what you're really asking, right? And I'm going to limit your testimony, or at least give you a little bit of notice when we should finish up here. It is 6:55. I am going to give you to about 7 o'clock, 7:02 to get through your cross-examination of Mr. Gaskin. It may or may not take you that long.
Okay. So as far as me pouring a chemical in your eye, how are you able to drive away from the scene if your eyes were burning to the point where you have burns on your eyes?
I refuse to answer your question.
Okay.
So hold on. Hold on, Mr. Gaskin. You're under oath, and she's cross-examining you. And so in your refusal, you can refuse to ask the question, but the problem is that in and of itself, if you're saying you want to exercise your constitutional right to not incriminate, but to say that you don't want to answer any questions, that can have a negative proceeding. So I'm asking you to ask the question. If you so choose not to want to ask the question, that is your right, but you have testified. You are now on the record. So she has a right to cross-examine. So I would ask that you answer the question, because you're alleging that your eyes were burning.
Yes, my eyes were burning, and I respect. However, I want to express my constitutional right not to answer any questions towards Mariah.
You don't want to answer any questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're refusing to answer any question regarding her cross-examination of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, you are.
I don't necessarily know that that's appropriate, because we're going to need to address that on each question. So she can continue to ask questions. If it's appropriate based upon that question, we'll move forward. But as I said before, the court's process is to allow people to search others, determine whether or not there's probable cause. If you're not allowing yourself to be searched, then essentially that may also have consequences on your testimony as well about the validity of the testimony that you're providing. Now, obviously, your ability to not testify or to testify cannot be held against you, but you've already testified. So if you didn't want to testify, that's one thing, but you're the applicant. You're not the defendant, right? So your exercise of saying that you don't want to testify is different, right? We're here in just the investigation stage. You understand? But if you don't want to cooperate, that's on you.
No, perfectly fine. She can continue to ask questions. I cooperate.
It's up to you. You're just reminding you, you're the applicant. You're saying she did something wrong, and you don't want to answer any questions. Just want to make sure that you're aware of that. So continue, Ms. Rivera.
Okay, so how were you able to drive from Lithonia to Powder Springs with your eyes burning, which is a 50-minute drive?
My eyes were not blinded. They were burning.
Okay. I wanted to ask another question. What was it? Um, I forgot what question I was going to ask. I'm sorry. Oh, I just have another question as well. In those text messages, the day of the incident, I informed you that I was doing a police report. So my question is, to me, it seems as if I'm trying to do this as a question. So did you not do that police report after the fact I informed you that I was going ahead and pressing charges on you?
Repeat your question.
You did the police report days after the incident because I informed you that I was going to press charges on you.
Me filing a police report has nothing to do with your communication towards me. I did not do anything because of you communicating with me. That did
Okay.
not any action.
Okay. So you didn't lie about me squirting a chemical in your eye because you wanted to be vindictive? Because yeah.
I did not lie. There are camera footages that will show. I wouldn't come this far to waste people's time to lie.
Okay. So there is a video 100% at Quick Trip, which there is an open investigation. So I want you to know that.
Perfectly fine.
I'm done with my.
You're done with your questions?
Yep.
All right. All right. Give me 1 second. All right. I don't see that text message came ever through. All right. So this is what we're going to do, Mr. Gaskin, under the limited questions here that were provided. What we're going to do now is switch to Ms. Rivera. Clerk, I have yet to get Ms. Rivera's testimony. I mean, evidence that she says she has submitted. If you can please look for that as well.
Judge, there's nothing in the clerk's box. I've checked. There's nothing in the clerk's box.
I have a question. I'm not sure if I sent it to the right. Maybe I didn't send it to the right email.
Could be.
What I did.
So this is where we are. Ms. Rivera, do you have any witnesses?
I do. I actually do have a witness. Do I need them to be on Zoom?
They do, or with you where you are?
They're not. No, they're not with me. But I can have a witness on here.
Well, hold on. Are they on here or are they not?
No, they're not. They're not. I mean, I sent my evidence over with all the bruises on my body.
So hold on. If your witness isn't here and you require them to dial in or come on and they're not already on, that could be problematic.
Okay.
Now, if they're with you in the same car or vicinity and we can call them in, that's a different situation.
Right. Okay.
So if they're not here, then I don't have the ability to consider their testimony at the time.
Okay.
As far as the evidence that you submitted, if you've submitted that evidence, I'd love to see it.
Yes.
The clerk has already put the email address down in the chat box. But as you can see, how problematic this is that you want to present evidence, and here we are, and we have none for you. And so for us to proceed, I don't have any other information to be able to gather other than Mr. Gaskin cross-examining you. So did you try to resend that information, Ms. Rivera? Okay. All right. So as you can see, folks, and this is my concern. Please be prepared. I understand when you don't send things ahead of time, this is where we run into things, and we would like to proceed on. But obviously, I want to have the evidence that you say that you sent reviewed. And clerk, you've already put that email address down in the clerk's in the chat box, correct?
Yes, Judge, I did.
All right, Ms. Rivera. Ms. Rivera, you're on mute, man. Can you unmute for me? It's the button that looks like a microphone.
Okay, I'm sorry, my phone froze.
No worries. So listen, did you try to resend?
Yes, I just sent it over.
Clerk, did we get the email?
No, Judge.
All right. So Ms. Rivera, we didn't get any email from you. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure why you're unable to be able to get us any evidence that you said that you sent regarding this matter. But we waited. Mr. Gaskin has been able to get us his testimony, his evidence, but you have not. So go ahead and unmute you for me, please. Thank you. Can you hear me? Can you say something?
Yes, I can. I'm sorry. I have bad reception.
Okay. All right, well, we were hearing you just fine about 10 minutes ago. I don't know what you're clicking around. Can you stop clicking around and put the phone down so I can see your face? Thank you. Thank you. That's why it's probably messing up. Right? We have not gotten your evidence. Whatever evidence and whatever means in which you're trying to send, we're not getting it. It could be that you're on the phone and you're unable to send that document while on the phone. But that's why it's so important that you read the evidence in the document so that you would have done it in advance. But what we're going to do right now, Ms. Rivera, if you can sit back and pay attention, I'm going to allow Mr. Gaskin to cross-examine you. All right?
Okay.
And we are going to consider what we have with the evidence that we have. All right?
Okay.
From there. Mr. Gaskin, Ms. Rivera is your witness.
Yes, Your Honor. I have no further questions for Mariah.
No questions.
No questions at all.
Okay. Folks, I don't know if I even have enough evidence for anything. I mean, okay, but let's do this.
I can be creative.
No, I don't need you to be creative. I need you to just do whatever is there that you want to do, but you don't need to be creative. So this is what I'm going to do. We've waited a significant time for Ms. Rivera. I'm going to allow Ms. Oh, do we get? No, that's still not Ms. Rivera's information. Ms. Rivera, I'm going to allow you to give me about 3 minutes, or give you 3 minutes to about 7:12 to tell me why an arrest warrant should not be issued regarding the allegation of simple battery against Mr. Gaskin on July 5th, 2023.
Okay.
Tell the court why we shouldn't have you arrested.
Can you say that last part? It's kind of hard for me to hear.
It's the most important part. Tell me why we shouldn't have you arrested for simple battery on Mr. Gaskin.
Because his allegations are false.
Okay.
They're false. All I try to do was love him, be the best person I could be towards him. He has an anger problem, and I really do wish you would get help. And it's sad that we couldn't work out. It really is. And at the end of the day, I do wish you the best, but I feel as if I should not be arrested for false allegations that is put against me. I've done nothing. That the whole situation that happened at hand that day, it should have never have happened. All because of a disagreement that we had. So I don't feel like I should be arrested for something I did not do.
All right. Anything else?
That's it.
Before we end, I just want to, Ms. Rivera,
Yes,
did you put something in Mr. Gaskin's eye?
I did not. No.
Ms. Rivera,
Yes.
did you scratch Mr. Gaskin on July 4th?
It's possible I could have scratched him when I was trying to get him to not steal my packages. So, I mean, that is possible.
The photographs that we introduced, or that were introduced, are those of Mr. Gaskin that you know of, that you saw?
I'm sorry, sir. Can you please say that one more time?
The pictures of the injury that Mr. Gaskin produced of his arm.
Yes.
Is that something that was caused by you?
It's possible it could have been caused by me because this man assaulted me. I wish I could see the pictures. I'm not sure why it's not sending to y'all, but he tried to steal my packages. All I was trying to do, it's caught on camera. I was trying to take my packages back from him. Now, this man pulled me by my hair, elbowed me in my face. So it is possible that I could have scratched him. It's possible. I'm not going to sit here and deny that.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Mr. Gaskin. You have 3 minutes to provide lie and arrest warrant.
Okay. So the reason why I filed a arrest warrant, simply because of the text messages regarding I hope you die, the words being said, I will kill you, I'll pull a bullet in your head, all of the different type of threats that I completely ignored, as well as your claims to lie to law enforcement, to do anything that you possibly can to get me incarcerated.
Wow.
So after receiving lies, after you informed me that you'll try to do any and everything, no matter if you're lying or not, to get me incarcerated, I have no choice but to provide the detailed, honest truth. What do you expect me to do? You're going to lie?
So I really wish I can really get these pictures because this is crazy. This is insane.
I have never put my hands on a female, especially. I have never put my hands on anybody, regardless of sex, because of verbal words being exchanged. That's not my character. Words being exchanged. Why would I inflict pain? And you're a female and we're in a relationship. Why would I put my hands to it? What are we solving? Nothing.
All right.
Is there any way that I can send over my pictures any other way than email?
Other than email, ma'am, there's no other way to send it.
I have to send you these because this is crazy to me.
Miss Rivera, the court, and I just will be honest, we need to turn the camera on for me, please.
I'm sorry. I'm having trouble with this.
Can you please turn the camera on for me, Miss Rivera?
Okay, I'm turning it on. Give me 1 second.
Miss Rivera, turn on your camera for me, please. And unmute. Please turn on your camera and unmute. I've asked you so many times. All right. I would like to give my order, but I would like to make sure Ms. Rivera is listening and hearing what I'm saying. So I'm going to withhold until she comes back on. I apologize for this delay. Ms. Rivera, please turn your camera on and unmute. We have concluded testimony. We're not taking any more testimony. Don't worry about sending me in those pictures at this moment. Go ahead and unmute and turn your camera on. Okay. All right, Mr. Gaskin, I would like to say this to her when she comes on. So what I'm going to ask you to do is be a tad bit patient with me. Okay? If you just hold. Oh, here she goes. Ms. Rivera, it's obvious that you can turn your mute on and off because I'm seeing it going off and off. You're only frustrating the court. Do you understand that? Apparently you don't. All right. Mr. Gaskin, hold tight. All right, folks, I'm going to make a ruling on that case shortly. In that time, as soon as I can get Ms. Rivera.
Hello?
Yeah, please, can you turn your camera on?
I'm sorry. I'm having trouble. I'm in a dead zone right now and I'm having trouble with it. I'm so sorry.
Well, turn it on for me now. But you're doing the opposite every single time. All right, so Mr. Gaskin, let me tell you, because my patience has run with this situation. There is going to be an arrest warrant. I haven't seen any allegations otherwise. She's admitted that she may very well have scratched you during this altercation. I have seen evidence from you going to the hospital. And so as a result, what I'm going to do is issue a UJR arrest warrant. I'm going to give her 10 days to turn herself in. And I'm subsequently going to do a stay away order and have you guys not have any contact. Let me just state this though. I hear a lot of cases with former people who are in relationships, and the court truly does hate to when they get to these situations because it is a lot of he said, she said situation. And it doesn't really benefit anyone in those regards. But at this juncture, where we are, and us having a limited amount of evidence, and Ms. Rivera making her statements under oath as well, I think this is going to be the most appropriate measure to address this situation at this juncture. And so when Ms. Rivera comes back on, what I will express to her, and I will tell her again, but I will make sure that you know as well, that because today is the 31st, which effectively the first will be tomorrow, I'm going to give Ms. Rivera until August the 10th. I'm not interested in people having their lives appended on these matters because I cannot guarantee that the solicitor will even pick the matters up for them to be further prosecuted. But when I hear whether or not there's been sufficient probable cause, which is not beyond a reasonable doubt, and therefore no one is guilty after my conclusion, I am going to go ahead and issue this arrest warrant. So that would give her to August 10th, which would be, August 10th would be a Thursday. And so, Mr. Gaskin, if you can come and sign this, so you're going to have to do the following. You're going to have to come and sign this warrant down at the Memorial Drive jail and courthouse. And you're going to need to do that no later than, I would say, Wednesday. Okay. And then Ms. Rivera is going to have between the 3rd and the 10th to turn herself in, right? She'll subsequently be released that same day. And there will be special conditions for her not to have any contact with you. Ms. Rivera, that no contact provision is applicable, of course, all forms of contact. So whether that be letters, online, telephone, text, or the like, you were to have no conversation or contact with Mr. Gaskin during the pendency of this matter. All right. Otherwise, you could be in violation of the court's order and you could be potentially facing additional charges. All right. But that's going to be the court's order. And I really do hope that things go better for you guys, but that is the order of the court. Let me make sure that Ms. Rivera has acknowledged my order because she's obviously yet to unmute. And now I do see that her screen seems a bit, unmute. You see, I think the problem is you have your earbuds in and Skype don't always work well with you don't have earpods. I thought you had earpods. So then hit the unmute button. This can't be that difficult. All right. Well, Ms. Rivera.
All right, I'm here.
Yeah, okay.
I'm here.
I don't
I'm sorry.
understand. I mean, you don't look old, so I don't understand why you're having such difficulty operating these things. But as I said before, because I want to make sure that you understand and you acknowledge what my order is, I'm finding for a probable cause for an arrest warrant. You'll have to turn it no later than the 10th. You provided no controverted evidence regarding what Mr. Gaskin has provided at this juncture. And so therefore there's sufficient probable cause. There will be a stay away order as well for you to have no contact with this gentleman at all. All right. And that's going to be the court. My clerk is going to get you an email, both of you an email about the instructions for this matter. All right. And that's going to be the order of the court. I will let you go for the remainder of the evening and the court will get you the appropriate information. Thank you for your time. All right.
Sir, I just have a quick question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Did y'all receive the pictures? Can y'all please check again, please?
There's nothing in the clerk box. Well, it just popped up 718.
You said what?
It just popped up, Judge, at 718.
Thank you. Thank you.
Up at 718.
She has also sent me these pictures. So,
I did to let you.
Wait, folks. Don't think that pictures are going to necessarily change my position. Do you understand? So let's not get back and forth and get all haughty. I'm going to take a quick look, but just hold tight. All right. All right. So just quickly, Ms. Rivera, when are you alleging that these pictures were taken?
It was taken the day of the incident. It was taken the day. It's timestamp. I could also show you. iPhone does timestamps. This was all taken. I could show you the timestamp. This was July 6th. And iPhone, they don't lie.
There's no iPhone don't lie. Don't fool
It's
yourself.
timestamp. It's timestamp.
Your pictures are not timestamped.
I can send you timestamps of the pictures that when it was taken. I can send it to you. I'm gonna send it right now.
You understand how you waste the court's time?
I can send it right now. I don't know why it didn't. I'm not sure as to why it didn't send. I'm in Lithuania in the country.
You weren't prepared. And when you're not prepared, this is what happens. But I'm going to show them, and then we'll see what happens really quickly. But as I have other people to get to, and your lack of preparation is delaying the court. All right, Ms. Rivera. And for the purposes of ensuring that we make sure that we have due justice, these are the photographs that you emailed to the court.
Correct.
Outside of these pictures that you've provided to me, are there any other pictures that you have?
No.
How do you know that these are from the date of incident?
It's timestamped. I have a police report. The day of the incident, if you want me to send you the police report.
Miss Rivera.
Yes.
I've already made note. I have seen these pictures, but you have not provided any proof of when they happened. You didn't even provide a police report that you're alleging that you've made.
I sent all of that over. I have everything. I sent it all over. I sent it. I sent everything over to y'all. I sent everything over. And I sent everything over to y'all.
You don't have it, man. And the first time we got anything from you was at 7:18.
I'm not exactly sure why. I could resend it to you, but I sent everything over.
Well, Ms. Rivera, I have reviewed the evidence here. I have also reviewed additional evidence from Mr. Gaskin that was provided with text messages as well.
Yes, there was verbal things said. He put his hands on me. He stole my packages. He tried to steal my packages. Everything is caught.
So, Ms. Rivera,
it's okay.
It's okay. That's going to be the court's order. I have reviewed the evidence. That will be it. As I indicated before, this is not a matter of whether or not you're guilty. This is probable cause. And so that's probable cause that you've made an assault on Mr. Gaskin based upon the information that was provided. All right? So that'll be the order of the court. You may be excused as well as you, Mr. Gaskin. Thank you. You are free to go, Mr. Gaskin.
Okay, thank you kindly for your time and efforts.
Yep. All right.